It's been one whole day since we got our first look at the first trailer of the first Will Smith movie since his infamous Oscars slap, and already many Oscars voters are making it clear they will not be voting for him. It's not that they don't think Emancipation looks like a great film, but voting for him in their minds would be like forgiving him for what happened last year. One voter told The Hollywood Reporter the industry should be shunning Will Smith. So, Sarah, to shun or not to shun? I would likely say that you'll be shunned very soon, but go ahead, tell us what you think, like it or not.
I'm still not even in the club. Look, they're going to shun him. I think I was talking about this morning with our pal Wisdom Martin, who had great points. And basically, Wisdom thinks this will be a flop because of Will Smith. And I actually came around to Wisdom's point. I think you're not even going to see Will Smith at the Oscars for 5 years. I highly doubt he'd be nominated, maybe. And if he was, he would never be there to accept. I don't know. I kind of think that movie's going to struggle. Now I've kind of come around to that.
It's tough because I think it's an important story. I think a lot of people were talking about this already last Oscar season. They're like, he's got a huge movie that's coming out. And the fact is, and Jim and I were talking about this the other day, his career, which is, I mean, truly, when people use the word illustrious, this is the case. And he's a pop culture icon thanks to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. All of that, not that it's overshadowed, but he will always be associated with this moment. And that's unfortunate because it's hard to almost unsee that and not attach his name to this moment because of everything that was subsequent to it, how he handled it in the moment. And it's honestly, it's a shame. I don't know if he should be shunned. I think everybody's entitled to a second opportunity, including Will Smith, but it's a hard take and maybe it's too soon.
I think that we enter a whole new territory and perhaps a dangerous territory when we say, hey, we're going to give the Oscar to the person, the best actor who's allowed to get this Oscar. Listen, if this was the rules at the gate when they rushed to make their decision to say, look, we're going to ban him because they were doing damage control, right? They were trying to come up with something just to kind of calm the storm. Okay, you made the decision, but you also said that he could still possibly win. No one doubts that his work is not good. He just debuted it here in D.C., got a warm reception. People responded to it. I think that when it comes down to it, whether the Academy and the voters and the consumers are willing to put this slap behind them, the award season is the place where we're going to be able to tell.
Well, how often have we talked, Marina, just about the idea, because I know you're not a fan of award shows, and when you look at this idea that, you know, it's all about being part of the Academy here, and you can be an actor, but, you know, it's an elite fraternity, sorority, whatever you want to call it, a club. And what they're saying is you cannot be part of this club for 10 years moving on, although I feel like that's eventually going to, they're going to say, hey, he showed contrition. He'll be back there, especially if this movie is well received. He'll be back in that audience in 2 or 3 years at most.
I mean, the problem
he'll be hosting the show.
It could be, and maybe that'll be his comeback, but I think you said it right there. It's an elite club, and that in itself, for whatever reason, if you can't be a part of it, whether it may be because you slap somebody or just because you're not of their liking, that is an issue. I also think that this is the Academy covering their butts after how they reacted in the aftermath of the slap.